Good day, everyone. If you are a JAMBite, if you are preparing for JAMB exam and you have not watched my predicted examination question on your literary novel for your JAMB exam, which is the Lekki Headmaster by Gabi, please sit back, relax, and watch all my videos on the predicted examination question on your JAMB literary novel. So in this particular video, we'll be working with 25 possible questions, predicted questions that you may likely see in your JAMB exam, talking about the literary novel that we are using for this very year, the Lekki Headmaster. So sit back, relax, let's get started. For the predicted question for your literary novel, Lekki Headmaster here says, who instructed the chemistry teacher to conclude the assembly after Mr. Bebo busted into tears? So option A, we have the principal. Option B, we have the managing director. Option C, we have the vice principal. Option D, we have the school nurse. Now, the managing director is already ruled out of the game. Option B. Option A is already ruled out of the game. Let me explain why option A is ruled out of the game. Mr. Bebo that busted into tears is the principal of the school. So, and there's no way you can tell the student to continue the assembly, instruct the teacher to continue the assembly, whereas he was weeping. So it's not possible. The managing director is already ruled out of the game because the managing director was not in school at that time when the whole incident happened. So option C and option D, those are the two options we are looking at. But the truth is that it was the vice principal that instructed the chemistry teacher, and the vice principal, Mrs. Ape, she instructed the chemistry teacher to conclude the assembly, which is just us, Anambe, to conclude the assembly. So the correct option in this very question for the question 1 is option C. The vice principal was the one that instructed the chemistry teacher, Mr. Justice Anambe, to conclude the assembly. So question 2 says, who is the author of the novel The Lekki Headmaster? In case you don't know, turn to the back of your novel. You are going to see the name there. Option A is Wole Soyinka. Option B is Kabi Alabigabi. Option C, we have Bepo Adewale. Option D, we have Victor Ogwejofo. The correct answer here is option B, which is Kabi Alabigabi. That is the correct answer. Option 3 says, what is the common ritual at the morning assembly at Stardom on Tuesday and Thursday? Now listen, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday they have a routine. Every Tuesday and Thursday they have a routine which is called a common ritual. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday, rather, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, what they do in the school is the first national anthem, which is the old one, not the current one that we are using. The old one, Arise, O Compatriot. Then they do their Christian and Muslim prayer and the rest. But for every Tuesday and Thursday, what they do in the school is that they read the second stanza, which is even more of a prayer, O God of creation. So let's check the options. So option A, we have Christian and Muslim prayer, which is done on Monday. Words of exhortation, rule out of the game. The second stanza of the national anthem, O God of creation, which is the correct answer. Then D, the principal's address. The principal address might be correct, they might do that, but that's not the common ritual of the school. So the word is, what was the common ritual at the morning assembly at Stardom on Tuesday and Thursday? So please take note. The correct answer to this very question is option C, the second stanza of the national anthem. Question 4 here says, how much was the body fee per session at Stardom before it was reduced? First of all, let's talk about why it was reduced. Now, because of lateness of students tend to come to school very late at Stardom. Not very, very late, but they go to school very late at Stardom. So the board of trustee, let me use that, they have to sit down to know how to curb this lateness of students. So they realize that if the boarding fee is reduced, most of them they will come back they will leave their parents' house and the rest to the boarding house, which is going to enhance coming early to classes and all that. So, and that was exactly what they did. So they reduced the boarding fee from 250,000 naira to 165,000 naira. So for this very question, the money was reduced from 250,000 to 165,000. So before the boarding house was reduced, the amount was 250,000 naira, which is option B. For the predicted question 5, the book The Lekki Headmaster has how many chapters? It has 12 chapters. Why did the vice principal contact the MD after Mr. Bebo crying incident at the assembly? Now, what is the reason? Why did the vice principal have to contact the MD that Mr. Bebo is crying? Option A, to arrange an emergency meeting. Option B, because parents were calling with concern. Option C, we have to announce the principal retirement. Option D, to discuss boarding fee reduction. One of the reasons, the major reason why the vice principal have to call Mrs. Gloss Ibindu, which is the MD of the firm, is because parents were already the parents were already calling. There were a lot of things that happened. Rumors do spread. So some parents were like, rumors have already gone wide. Like some persons were like, they heard the principal is crying, or is wailing, is crying, is shouting, my God. In Yoruba, there was a way the whole thing was placed there. Then some persons were like, the principal was wailing, rolling on the floor and all that. So the vice principal was kind of confused. So he said, this is a situation that the MD herself should handle. So that was one of the reasons why she contacted the MD, because a lot of parents were calling in already that what is going on, what's happening to a very good principal, what's happening to Mr. Beppo, what's happening. So that was one of the reasons why the vice principal had to reach out to the MD, which is the managing director of Stardom School, immediately. The correct answer there is option B. So for question 7 here, the principal was nicknamed the Lekki Headmaster because option A, he lived in Lekki during his time as a headmaster. No. He humorously initiated characters from village headmaster. He introduced a new curriculum in the school. He founded Stardom Kiddie School. No. Now, one of the reasons why the principal was nicknamed the Lekki Headmaster is because he imitated characters from that novel called The Village Headmaster. So that was how the whole name, the Lekki Headmaster, erupted. So because he do imitate characters in movies, imitate characters in that novel in terms of solving of problems and all that. So that was how the nickname, the Lekki Headmaster, erupted. So the correct answer is option B. Which teacher were reprimanded because 2 of their candidates had D's in their subject? So option A, we have Mr. Ope one day and Mrs. Grace Ape. Option B, we have Mr. Audu and Mr. Justus Anabe. Option C, we have Mr. Obong Okake and Mrs. Taye Karim. Then option D, we have Mr. Beppo and Mr. Ope one day. So the correct option in this very question is option C. It was Mr. Obong Okaku and Mrs. Taye Karim. These are the 2 teachers that 2 of their candidates got a D. That's geography and chemistry teacher. So after having a D, they were reprimanded by the school. So, and those who performed well were actually rewarded. Those who got F9, they were automatically like sacked. So the 2 teachers are the geography teacher and the chemistry teacher, which is Mr. Obong Ukaku and Mrs. Taye Karim. So question 9 here says, who among the staff at Stardom is also a pastor? Now, the only person that is also a pastor at Stardom is Mr. Ope one day, which happened to be the physics teacher at Stardom, Mr. Ope one day. The next question here says, what was given as a reward to teachers whose students scored distinction in the subject? I've just explained this. So students that did, if your candidate performed so well in the external exam, you will be rewarded, and the reward was 30,000 naira each. Then for those that failed, they were given an auto sack. Those for the case of the chemistry and the geography teacher, they were reprimanded. So the correct answer is 30,000 naira each. Then the next question here says, why did the MD decide to send the principal home after the crying incident? Someone is crying, said they should send the principal home. Why was the principal sent home? Option A, to protect the school reputation. Option B, to avoid disturbing the student further. Option C, to allow the principal to rest. Option D, to prepare for a replacement. Now the truth is that one of the reason, or the major reason why the principal was sent home by the MD is because of the school reputation. Because the MD felt if students or parents see the principal, more students or parents, because students are already seeing what I was doing in the assembly, and the whole thing spread like wildfire. So because of the school reputation, you have to like, no, principal, you have to go home. The question 12 rather, says, who accompanied the principal to the home on the day he was crying. Now, when the principal was crying after the whole thing, the school guidance counselor, which is the option B. So option C, which is Pastor Wande, was the one that suggested that MD man, please, principal need to go home with someone, and then it was the guidance counselor that later accompanied the principal to his destination. So the correct answer in question 12 is option B. Question 13 says, what was the student in Kenya Igbo speech about? Now, every Monday morning, maybe after they will always give you a topic to talk on, or you might even come, they might even tell you to come like without giving you a topic, whereby you just come, give your speech and all that. So, but for the novel, there was one student that came out to give a speech, and this was the only student, Ikena Igbo. That was after a particular trip to Jos, an excursion to Jos rather. So it was one that came on the assembly, and he was talking about how the whole trip went, everything, the enjoyment and everything. So let's read the option. So option A, the Japa trend in our modern society. Option B, the principal contribution to the school. Option C, the importance of punctuality. Option D, a recent excursion to Jos. That is the correct answer. So after their trip to Jos, it was Ike and Igbo that later gave a speech about how the whole excursion, the fun, what they saw and everything. So the name of the student was Ike and Igbo, and the speech on that day was a recent excursion to Jos. Question 14 of the Lekki Headmaster says, why is Mr. Bebo reluctant to relocate to the United Kingdom? He was given he has the opportunity to relocate to the United Kingdom. So why was he reluctant? Let's check. Option A, he doesn't want to leave his student. Is that true? Option B, he was afraid of adapting to a new environment. Is that true? He believes life in Nigeria is better. Is that true? He doesn't want to leave his wife and his children behind. Option D is not even there, because his wife and children were already in the United Kingdom. They were already abroad. So there's no way you don't want to leave his wife and children. That was not the reason. The major reason why he was even crying on that Monday morning, because he don't want to leave his children. They have worked so well for the school, and he doesn't want to leave the children. That's the major reason. His retirement, he's not prepared to retire now, so he still loves his children. He feel like when the time is right, that is when I will retire. So he still want to serve this institution. He want to serve Stardom School. So one of the reasons why he was very, very reluctant to relocate to the United Kingdom was because he don't want to leave his student. That is option A. Question 15 here says, what trait earned Mr. Beppo the nickname the Lekki Headmaster? Option A, we have his strictness with students. Option B, we have his excellent teaching skills. Option C, we have his ability to resolve conflicts amicably. Option D, we have his innovation or his innovative teaching method. So the correct answer here is option C. And according to Mr. Adu disposition, he reminded him of how King Oloja, which is the principal of the village headmaster, he reminded me of him, how he was able to resolve issues, conflict, and this was why Mr. Beppo was nicknamed after King Oloja of the village headmaster as the Lekki Headmaster, because of the way he resolved issue, all the rufus according to Hadu. So that was why he was nicknamed the Lekki Headmaster, unlike the one in the other novel, which is the village headmaster. Question 16 says, who coined the nickname the Lekki Headmaster? Option A, we have Mr. Adu. Option B, we have Mr. Bebo's wife. Option C, we have Nike and Kike. Option C, we have the student at Stardom Kiddies. The person that nicknamed Mr. Beppo is Mr. Adu or Mr. Audu, who was a teacher at Stardom, and because of the way Mr. Beppo was concurrently or constantly resolving conflicts or the Rofos, so he reminded him of the Lekki Headmaster, which is the King Oloja. So that was how he now nicknamed him as the Lekki Headmaster. 17 of the predicted examination question says, how much does Seri or Seri earns monthly as a nurse in the United Kingdom? Option A, we have £3,600. Option B, we have £6,000. Option C, we have £10,000. Option D, we have £1,000. Now, the question is, who is Seri? Please take note, Seri is actually Beppo's wife, and rumor had it that she earns £10,000 per month, and if you calculate that in naira, that's millions of naira. So this was actually what rumor says, that Seri earns 10,000 naira per month, which is option C is the correct answer. Question 18 says, what was Mr. Beppo's monthly salary at Stardom? So now let's compare. Beppo was earning 400,000 naira per month, whereby his wife was earning £10,000 per month. So please, the question 18 here, the correct option to the very question is 400,000. That's option A. So that was what Beppo was earning as the principal at Stardom School. Question 19 says, why do Mr. Beppo's colleagues find his reluctance to relocate amusing? Option A, they think he's afraid of flying. Option B, they assume he wants to stay in Nigeria to fulfill the entrepreneurial dream. Option C, they think he dislikes the United Kingdom. Option D, they believe he should jump at the opportunity to earn more abroad. The major reason why they find this reluctance to relocate amusing is because this is something that he should jump on. It's a very great opportunity, someone that is earning the 400,000 there. And whereas there was already a job that is secured for Mr. Beppo, a teaching job as well in the UK. So Mr. Beppo has to opine that if I'm working there, I have to be spending in dollar, not in naira. They believe rather that I should jump on the opportunity to earn more money abroad. He's going to earn more money. He's going to spend more money abroad. I repeat, he's going to earn more money. He's going to spend more money, and he's going to save more money in naira. So this was the explanation that they gave to him. So the correct answer here is option D. Question 20. Why did the Fruitful Future School fail? Now, there was a school that was established by Mr. Beppo and one of his friends after NYSC. So what caused the downfall of the school? Option A, the teachers were unqualified, which is a lie. Option B, Beppo was not willing to be involved in a ritual practice in the area. Something related, but this was not the reason why the school failed. Something like this actually happened, but this was not the reason why the school failed. Option C, the location lacked basic infrastructure. Then option D, the school had poor management. Now, one of the reasons why the school failed was the location lacked basic infrastructure. The road to the school actually collapsed. There was no good road, nothing. So because of lack of basic infrastructure, and that was why the Fruitful Future School folded up. Question 21 says, who is the main character introduced in chapter 1? The main character that was introduced in chapter 1 is, option A, we have Mrs. Ibido Gloss. Option B, we have Mrs. Grace Ape. Option C, we have Mr. Beppo. Option D, we have the student. Now, the main character that was introduced in chapter 1 is Mr. Beppo. That's the principal of Stardom School. That's able to be option C, and is the correct answer. Question 22 says, what is the full name of the principal? We all agree that Mr. Beppo is the principal. So let's check. Option A, we have Mrs. Ibido Gloss. Option B, we have Mrs. Grace Ape. That is the vice principal. Please, option A is the managing director. Option B is the vice principal. Option C is the principal. But they are asking after the full name, not just Mr. Beppo. So the correct answer is option D. That is Mr. Adewale Adebeppo. So that Beppo is an abbreviation from Adebeppo. So that is option D, and that's our correct option. Question 23 says, Beppo's sacrifices in the novel showcase what major theme, or which major theme? Option A, we have dedication to duty. Option B, we have a better father. Option C, we have a freedom fighter. Option D, the Japa syndrome. Now, from the beginning of the novel down to the end, the major theme showcase, like as for sacrifice, all the things that Beppo did for the school. In fact, in the whole novel, something that you should take note of is more of a lot of things. There were a lot of themes there, the Japa syndrome and the rest. But for this very question, the sacrifices made in the novel by Mr. Beppo showcase dedication to duty. He had the opportunity to travel, but he was dedicated to his student, he was dedicated to his work, he was dedicated to his duty, and that's one of the reasons. In fact, that's the major reason he was unable to travel out of the country. Question 24 says, in which area is Stardom School located? Option A, we have Lekki, Lagos. Option B, Badagry, Lagos, Warri Delta, and option D, we have Jos. Please, Lekki Headmaster. So the location is what? Lekki in Lagos. The last question we have here, finally, last question 25. What does the term Roforofos that Mr. Aldo used when talking about Mr. Beppo most likely refer to? Which when he was talking about in fact, how the name, the Lekki Headmaster, how the whole thing erupted by Mr. Aldo, that what is the meaning of the word Roforofos? Option A, we have friendly greeting. Option B, petty disagreement and conflict. Option C, we have a school project. Option D, we have mismanagement. According to the novel, the village headmaster, when the principal is known, or Miss Kingoloja is known for resolving Roforofos. So let me use that word again. He's known in terms of resolving conflict, e.g. Roforofos. So you already know that Roforofos simply means petty disagreement and what? And conflict. That is option B. If you enjoy this class, or if you are able to grab one or two from what I've explained so far, what are you waiting for? Please smash that subscription button. Don't forget to share this video to your friends, those who are preparing for JAMB 2025. Tell them to watch my video. Episode 2 of this video will be dropping soon. Thanks for watching. Remember, if you have not subscribed, this will be the last time you might see my video. So please do it to subscribe to my YouTube channel and share these videos to others. If you have not given the video a thumbs up, what are you waiting for? Do that, and God bless you. See you when we see again.